In today's video, I will go through the step-by-step process on how to sew single welt pockets. However, if you're here for double welt pockets, I have another tutorial here on my channel, which I will link to in the cards as well as in the description box down below, so you can check that video out if you're interested. However, if you're here for single welt pockets, then keep on watching. Hi, my name is Matilda and welcome back to Miss Matti, the channel where I share all about sewing, knitting, mending and generally how to live an awesome and sustainable life. If that sounds like something for you, please consider hitting the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you will not miss any upcoming videos from me. In today's video, I will show you the step-by-step process on how to make single welt pockets. The trousers that I will sew my single welt pockets on are the Tatjana trousers from Just Patterns. Through the process of me sewing these trousers, I also made videos on how to sew a fly front zipper, how to make and attach belt loops, as well as how to sew the perfect darts. I'm not sure at this stage which video will be up first, but once they are live, I will link to them down in the description box down below so you can check them out if that is of interest to you. But now let's get into the step-by-step process on how to sew single welt pockets. Let's get into how to sew single welt pockets. Welt pockets can be placed vertically, horizontally, as well as diagonally. Try to complete as much as you can of your welt pockets before you construct the rest of the garment to make the process easier for you. Also, if you screw up, you can just cut a new piece of fabric. First, mark out the right side with tailor's chalk where you want your pocket to be attached. If you want to sew a button to your pocket, also mark that. Here is a general guide on single welt pocket sizing. If you do not have welt pocket pattern pieces like me, you need to start by measuring out your welt pocket components. You will need a welt pocket piece itself and a pocket shield cut in your main fabric, unless you want a contrasting welt in another fabric. You will also need two separate pocket pieces, upper and lower pocket bag, cut out in a lining fabric, quilting cotton, or other fabric suitable to make a pocket out of. As a guide, the width of the welts, pocket shield, and pocket bags should be the same. Make these 2.5 cm or 1 inch wider on each side than the pocket opening. The length of your pocket bag will depend on how deep you want your pockets. My pocket opening is 5¼ inch or 13.5 cm wide, and my finished welts are 1/2 inch or 12 mm wide. To create this, I cut a welt pattern piece that was 9 cm or 3/5/8 inch times 18.5 cm or 7¼ inch. Based on my experience, welt pockets are easier to sew into medium to heavyweight fabric. To be honest, the fabric I used for these trousers were a little bit too much on the lighter side, which required that I did a lot of extra pressing when making my single welt pockets. For best results, pick fabrics that are structured and easy to iron. Start by pressing fusible interfacing to the wrong side of the fabric. It is important to reinforce the back with interfacing to increase durability, as well as helping the pocket lay flat and create structure during the sewing process. Once you attach your fusible interfacing, make sure you have the markings of your pocket placement on both sides. You can do this either by base stitching or using tailor's chalk. Put your garment aside and then on top of the lower pocket bag, place the pocket shield and make sure to match any notches that you might have. Press the long edges under the shield by 1/4 inch or 6 mm. Then edge stitch the pocket shield in place. Fold the bottom of the pocket at notches with the right sides together and then press. Stitch together the upper pocket bag to the top of the welt using 1/4 inch or 6mm seam allowance. Going forward, if I do not mention any seam allowance measurement, I will use a 1/4 inch or 6mm seam allowance unless stated otherwise. Now stitch the bottom of the welt together with the lower pocket bag. Edge stitch the welt on both longer sides, making sure to catch the seam allowance in the process. Place pocket on top of the garment where you want your pocket to be attached. The rectangle you marked out on the welt earlier must be directly on top of the rectangle on the trousers. Pin and stitch the long edges of the rectangle. Fold the pocket so that the fold is located 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch below the lower stitch line. Press. Unfold the pocket, then cut the layers open by cutting in between the 2 lines of stitches and form a V when you come closer to the corners. Then pull the pocket through the newly cut opening and press. The crease line you created earlier will fill the window in the pocket. Then turn your work so that the right side of your garment is facing you. Fold the side of your pattern piece so that you can see the triangle created when cutting, as well as the welt, and then stitch across the triangle close to the opening. Then, if you, like me, will have a button, it is now time to create buttonholes. But this step is optional. Then fold the pocket bag right sides together along the previously created fold line. Pin and stitch on each side. Following by overlocking the edges or your preferred seam finish. Turn your garment so that the right side is facing up, then fold the top of the work down so that you can stitch the layers at the top of the pocket opening. Then trim away excess pocket bag fabric and baste the pocket in place. Then make sure to give your pocket a good press and you're done! I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like button, and also if you did follow my tutorial making single welt pockets, do not forget to tag me on Instagram at Miss Matti. I would love to see how your single pockets turned out. And this is how the Tatjana trousers turned out in the end. As I mentioned earlier, I also made videos on how to sew a front place zipper, how to make and attach belt loops, as well as how to sew the perfect darts every time. Once those videos are live, I will link to them down in the description box down below so you can check them out if you're interested. And if you like this video, you most likely will like these videos over here as well. And until next time, bye!